Howdy. Child Stone Age grave in Finland reveals Nordic funerary costumes. A Stone Age burial site in Maajonsuo, Suo is swamp, in the municipality of Outokumpu in eastern Finland. It's not too far from here. Has provided an exceptional find during an archaeological dig. Buried underneath a gravel road in a forest in Finland, tooth fragments belonging to a child living 6,000 years ago in the Mesolithic period with animal furs and bird feathers also retrieved from the grave. Funerary customs of the Nordic communities. While the bones of the child did not survive the onslaught of time, this fascinating discovery has shed light on the funerary costumes of Nordic communities and is the subject of a new study published in Plus One journal. The study has provided valuable insights about burial habits in the Stone Age, showing how ancient Nordic communities prepared the child for the journey after death. For the purposes of research, they excavated microscopically small fragments of bird feathers. Canine and small mammalian hairs. And plant fibers using soil analysis. What makes this find even more remarkable is the fact that organic matter is poorly preserved in Finland's acidic soil. Fearing the destruction of the site, the Archaeological Field Services team of the Finnish Heritage Agency examined the site in 2018. What gave the burial away was a deep red ochre color that has been used in burials and rock art across the world, as the grave was partially exposed at the end of a gravelly sand road. The red ochre burial site of the child in Maajonsuo, University of Helsinki. Soil analysis, hair fragments, and weapons. Researchers from the University of Helsinki, led by archaeologist Tuija Kirkkinen, wrote in a study that only some unburned human enamel fragments remained of the deceased. Based on these teeth, the deceased was a child less than 10.5 years old. Their primary aim was investigating how the highly degraded plant and animal remains could be traced through as soil analysis. 65 soil sample bags were collected for this research. This was carried out in the laboratory of the University of Helsinki, separating organic matter from the samples using water. The exposed fibers and hair were then put under the scanner, identified with the help of transmitted light and electron microscopy. The study also employed a unique fiber separation technique developed during this research, and it will hopefully provide a blueprint for future studies. 3 different laboratories searched the samples, scoring for microparticles and fatty acids. The red ochre stained soil was sieved and gently separated from the original soil. Settle down. An electron microscope image of a possible canine hair. The analysis revealed a total of 24 microscopic fragments of bird feathers, 7 of these from the down of a waterfowl. Which may have been used to make clothing, perhaps a down coat. 1 falcon feather fragment was also found. Many F's in this sentence. Perhaps part of the fletching of arrows that were attached to the quartz arrowhead. 2 transverse arrowheads made of quartz and 2 possible quartz objects were also discovered. Reported the University of Helsinki press release. The shape of the arrowheads and shore level dating date the burial to the Mesolithic period. These could have been used to decorate the clothing. In addition, hairs of a predatory canine, a dog or wolf, and 24 mammalian hairs also were found at the bottom of the grave. Perhaps a dog was laid at the child's feet, though this analysis remains unconfirmed. The discovery in Majonsuo is sensational. Even though there's nothing but hairs left of the animal or animals, not even teeth. We don't even know whether it's a dog or a wolf, said one of the study authors, Christina Mannerma, in a statement. Dogs buried with the deceased have been found in, for example, Skateholm, a famous burial site in southern Sweden dating back some 7,000 years ago. The method used demonstrates that traces of fur and feathers can be found even in graves several thousands of years old, including in Finland. The plant fibers included bast fibers that are either willow or nettle. They were likely part of a larger net used for fishing, a bundle of strings or a cord used to attach clothes. Interestingly, only one other bast fiber discovery is known in Finland that dates back to the Mesolithic Stone Age. This is the famous entry, a net laced with willow bast fibers, currently on display in the National Museum of Finland. The study has also reiterated the importance of soil and the data that can be extracted from just patches of soil. The work is really slow, and it really made my heart jump when I found minuscule fragments of past garments and grave furnishings, especially in Finland, where all unburned bones tend to decompose. There was this fowl thing. Where is it? Waterfowl. Here. That's from my paper I wrote. There is another important bird in Finnish mythology, the waterfowl. My guess is that it is the reason of why the peacock is depicted on many flags and medieval paintings. Is beside the correlation with the polar configuration is also the bluish-greenish shine of the feathers, which represents the northern light. Since there are no peacocks in Finland, they use the waterfowl as a representative. And here is the cookie jar I have been showing many times. The peacock. And there is still another thing. Not only I have been also talking about University of Helsinki, which uses the owl as their logo, which we all know is a brat, instability, eye and nose mask, Berkeley currents and such. And of course, we also have the Archaeological Field Service team of the Finnish Heritage Agency, which is here in this bird feather article, which is not a paper, it's just an article. And I have been in contact with those people. So I shared some of my experiences with them. That's also from my paper. There are many similar rocks in Finland and also elsewhere. They are all over the world. In Europe, they are known as copstones. I sent pictures of this copstone to the Finnish Heritage Agency, which we were just reading about. They answered me that the GTK, the Geological Institute of Finland, was able to explain them that isn't a copstone. It is a natural rock formation, not human-made. Even though I was asking them to send their explanations also to me, I never got them because the FHA, the Heritage Agency, stopped the communication. If copstones are seen commonly as man-made structures, I wonder why there are no tales from famous master copstone makers, their teachings and knowledge. That's the copstone in question. I really doubt that this is human-made, but I would really like to know how the Finnish Geological Survey explains that. And still one. Outokumpu, where they find this, found that child which was buried. Now, Outokumpu is mentioned in my paper as well. The copper mine of Outokumpu, which means strange hill, which is not too far from the plasma rock site. You can find a playlist from the plasma rock site. There might be some videos with no sound or whatsoever. Just watch. Where he had also a copper mine. So two copper mines quite close together. And here we have Outokumpu, again, the plasma rocks. Paukaja is uranium, an ancient, no, not that ancient, uranium mine. And of course, Koli. Many people who come to Finland go to check out Koli. Yeah. What else? Some time ago, I have been in Outokumpu. And that's, I think, in a former mining area. Because there is like stuff there laying around. Like older constructions and very interesting stone pieces. Outokumpu has been one of the biggest and most important copper mines in Europe. There is still mining going on there. You can see how the copper shines through in this very unsharp picture. And I took a little piece home of original Outokumpu copper ore. I did some sawing with my $100,000 machine. No. But that's what I have, so I use it. And obviously you can see I tried to get a big slice, but it broke off here. And I had to cut this thing off here, which is on top. And it's approximately 3.5 centimeters high, this blade. So you cannot really cut through big things. It sucks. And it's really hard to make it straight. So that's the piece on the outside. And that's the piece on the inside. If I have time once, I will continue to make it even more smooth. It's rather soft, which is cool. It's so soft that there's like parts which get grinded out much easier than others, so it's really hard to get it straight. And these are first impressions under the microscope of original Outokumpu copper quartz, ore. Very interesting, but it has to be still made better. There's actually stuff in the stone. Very interesting. Yeah, that's a video. It's wet, so you can see the stuff swimming by here. Yeah, now switch to other magnitude. Here you can see there's like UFO flying in the microscope. There's just a little bit of water on top, and there's like, I don't know, this must be a very small particle. But this is how it looks under the microscope in first attempts. Yeah, I think I'll leave it here. Feathers and stones. Thanks.